Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker. And like I said on Thursday's video, today is Thursday as I'm filming this. I am pressed for time today. I'm not editing this video, but I did want to at least film the intro. So hence me being here. We're going to talk Christmas cards, where I am, what's going on. So first off, I have not decorated or anything, any of my A2 4¼ by 5½ size cards. I have, however, finished decorating the outsides of all of my 5x7 cards. So I have something to actually show. I have progress. So I wanted to show you guys before I send these out, because I don't think I ever came back and did a final decorated Halloween card thing. So let's head next door and see what I have. Okay, so all the 5x7 cards are completely done. They're ready to send out. I spent a couple hours finishing everything off today. So we are ready to go now. So I ended up with the 5x7s. I have 58 portrait and 56 landscape. So I have 114 cards ready to go out. And that's what's in these bins here. I do love these bright room bins from Target. I use these all over the craft room. But these are stackable. There's a 12x12 one, a 6x12 one. This one is 9x6. And they all interlock. They have like a little ridge at the bottom and they all interlock into each other. I love them. I use them all the time. So that's what I put everything into, just so I've kind of got some organization in my brain here. So before we start doing a card flip through here, which I will do as quickly as I can, but we know how I am with over talking all the time. I did want to talk about some card sketches real quick. So I do know that I used the October 2023 sheetload of cards from Call Me Crafty Owl. I've got a stack here. I probably should have finished going through these before I turned on the camera. I used the February 2020 sketch. I used the January 2022 sketch. I've also got some that I just haven't finished, or they're like scrappy cards. I don't know if I used any of the, I don't know if I used May 2023 for any of the 5x7s, but I do know I used them for the 4¼ by 5½ that I haven't finished. Got some of those, but those are scrappy dappy and not in this group. That's not in this group. I'm kind of a disorganized mess. We'll come in here at another time and I'll show you the disaster I've set myself up with in here. It's probably going to take me a while to get everything cleaned out. I did use a bunch of measurements from March 2022, but I didn't identically follow this one. And that might be all the ones I use. I also took some inspiration from some of the Just Crafts sketches, just to get kind of like a base idea of what I wanted to do. So I have a bunch of empties we'll talk about at the year wrap-up, goals wrap-up video. I've got one 6x6 pad and like 15 sticker sheets and gemstone sheets and stuff, and some more washi tape and things like that. So we've made good progress on using supplies out of my stash. I'm not complaining. This is another area where I need to be destashing in my life. So I found these in my stash. I think I ordered these from Current. They do a whole bunch of buy one, get one sticker deals for their seals. Yeah, it's from Current catalog. I'm going to use these when I close the envelopes on the back of the envelopes. I'm getting nervous sending these out though, because one of my friends just got her Halloween card and said it looks like it had seen some stuff. And about half the people whose Halloween cards I know they got also said the same thing. And there are people who are local who got them in 24, 48 hours. And then there are people local who didn't get them till like a week after Halloween. And I sent them out 2 weeks before Halloween. So hopefully my Christmas cards get there in one piece. I've always measured the thickness and the thickness is fine. So I don't know. Anyway, let me grab a bin so I have a place to put the cards that I have shown you. So let's start here with the landscape ones. We do have a lot of, I did the same basic design, but they are a little bit different from each other. So all I want for Christmas. And then everybody's got some sort of inside decoration. The stamps that I used are this Holly Jolly from scrapbook.com that actually came as a free gift with one of my orders. This is another scrapbook.com stamp set, and I use the Oh by Golly, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. You can see just how stained that stamp is. And I used this Merry Christmas. And I could have sworn I used a fourth one, but none of these look dirty. I think, oh, I did. I used this Warm Winter Wishes from Lawn Fawn. So yeah, this one was the Oh by Golly, Have a Holly Jolly Christmas this year, which I love that stamp. I actually purchased that, made a purchase specifically for that stamp. These are sticker sheet. And the little square, I think all of these, but one may have come from that same. Yeah, this one is a cut apart from another thing. But the other three are stickers from the sticker sheet that I just took off and matted. Then all of these are the same. This is another large group. This is chestnuts roasting on an open fire. This is a cut apart from, it's been in my stash for eons. I bought a whole bunch of them. So all of these have the same. And I've had these cut apart sitting in my stash forever. But I love how these turned out. These are some of my favorites. I do have a number of them that I did kind of like this with the tag. So the tag was a cut apart from this paper pack. And I pulled out some twine. These are the gems, like the ones I used for the Halloween cards. And once again, I cut them in half and just split them up on the card. So we've got two of these. This is another one that I really love. Santa Baby, Hurry Down the Chimney Tonight. And these are a Hobby Lobby sticker set that these came out of. So once again, it's just the same sketch. I just changed out the stickers. The gold dots are from Michaels. They've once again been in my stash for eons. Same year I got the black cut aparts. I got these. And they've been sitting in my stash. These are stickers from Michaels. And this is a scrap card. Or an intentional scrap card. Because these are all identical. They use the exact same sheet, but you change the order of the four. You cut them all out at the same time and piece them together there. Same background design. It's the same candy stickers and 'Tis the Season to Be Jolly. We have two of those. These turned out very nicely too. Actually, at least the next two sets did. So these are 3x3 cut aparts from the paper pack. And I think I may have thrown away the paper pack cover after I did my goals, which that would have been a stupid thing to do, but I don't. Oh, there it is. It's in my recycling bin. This is Craft Smart from 2018. If you did not see this in one of the previous videos. And this is called Cute and Cozy Christmas. It was a hot buy at some point. Of course, now I got my chair so far away, I can't lean in to show you anything. So once again, these are from the same sticker sheet that had the Santa Clauses. But I just love how the candy cane paper and that green polka dot looked together. It's another card that just came together. And I really love the black with the craft paper. There's just something very elegant or something about it. So this is another one using a tag cut apart. And I rounded the corners on it, trying to make it look a little bit more interesting. And I've got the little butcher's twine there. I've got so much of it. That's another thing. And the next year, I think I'm going to try to focus on using up is the butcher's twine, like I did the ribbon for Halloween. So these are the 3x3s. Really, I cut a bunch of very basic cards to use the cut aparts because there were so many large cut aparts in here that I thought I was going to be able to use. And I knew I had like 9 million cut aparts in my box of Christmas goodies. So these are snowflakes from Hobby Lobby. They are foam, which means they'll be very lightweight to send. And I think this was an Echo Park cut apart sheet. There's a couple with the little elves. Then this is from a different sticker sheet, or maybe it's the same one from the ones earlier. Yeah, because I used two. One is chalkboard, so this came from the same one earlier. These are some cut apart die cut things. Not cut aparts. They are die cuts from Michael's. Santa Baby, Deck the Halls, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And the dots are from Cartabella, Echo Park, Michael's Recollection, and Hobby Lobby. Like my enamel dots literally come from a little bit of everywhere. So this technically is another tag from the paper pad. And so is that one. And then the foam snowflakes once again. Now this one I do know with about 90% certainty was not Cartabella, Echo Park. And these are from Jolie. I think that there might be one more of the snowflakes, but that I think ends all of my Jolie stickers. I used all the ones that I had that were Halloween. I think that ends all my Jolie stickers. I've using them more and more. I don't particularly care for them. So we have the little Hobby Lobby guys and then the snowflakes again. I really like this sticker sheet. It goes with a specific set for Michael's. It's really cute, but it's not a paper pad I ever bought. I just really liked the stickers. This is from the same set, Let It Snow. Very, very simple card. I thought once I put the gold washi tape on there, though, it kind of like, it didn't need much more after that. So, and then I think by now we've already switched internal greetings a couple of times now. Nope, we still have Holly Jolly. Oh, by golly, have a Holly Jolly. Oh, that's right. The last, well, what was the first four showing you? They were the last four in the set that I made. I didn't want to do a different stamp. So same gold, all one piece thing, except I cut it into 3 pieces. And this is another cut apart. This one I just put on more of an angle to get the whole thing on there. And all of these have like my normal, if you've been here for a card video before, there's washi tape on the back of the envelope, felt of the envelope, and generally that coordinates to what's on the back of the card, and all that matches the card. So holiday cheer with my little elf buddies. I should have made coffee while I was downstairs. I had to go downstairs and get my camera stand. This is from a cut apart. Now, I cut these into 2x2 squares originally, which made them like 3-inch or whatever. But for these cards, I took a lot of those and I cut them apart into their little 1-inch or 1 1/4-inch pieces. And the snowflakes are die cuts. I can't remember where those are from. These are clear rhinestones, which I really don't love. Like, they work on this card, but I'm just not really... They're matte, and I guess I didn't really realize they were matte until I'd already put them on the cards, and I'm just not overly happy with how those turned out. A lot of the glitter paper, too, is left over from Halloween. The scraps that I had, I did cut down into matte sizes because I knew I'd use the glitter paper, any leftover glitter paper for the Christmas cards, because who doesn't use a little bling in their holidays? So I did use a lot of that, and I also had a couple other pieces that were just hanging out random that I, chopped up and used for this. And then that's another tag. This time I used it as a tag. I popped the center out. The other one I cut the hanger hole off of. So that is all the portrait size cards, or portrait direction cards. I'm going to pause this real quick, go set these to the side so I don't knock them over, and then we'll go through, or these are the landscapes. We'll go through the portraits in just a second. Okie dokie. I just don't want to make a mess out of these because they're actually fairly well organized. Everybody's together in their little groups. So this is actually a Hobby Lobby sticker set with the burlap. And then we've got the Jolie snowflakes and Jolie snowflakes. The pink and blue and pink and green cards. Oops. Now you can see part of my mess. Those really turned out to be some of my favorites. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to use this paper pad, but the black, the ones that use the blacks, turned out really, really nice in my opinion. And then the pink and blue and pink and green ones all turned out really, really nice. And, once again, simple design. They're not anything, out of this world as far as the sketches or anything else. Same snowflakes. And these are the clear drops. I like these a lot better. And this is that same sketch where you cut everything down at the same side at the same time and mix and match. So we've got a bunch of the same card there. You'd figure with this many duplicates, it wouldn't have taken me this long to finish these cards, but getting up here to work has just been a chore in and of itself. These are white. These are actually from a Valentine's Day set, but this is another one using that same method where you stack up the 4 and cut them all together. Same candy cane die cut, same happy holidays, cut apart. And each one just looks a little different because the way the paper is organized and everything. I think next year what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to do one for every month. I'm going to do the Call Me Crafty Owl sketch. And I'm going to try to do one set Christmas, one set Halloween. And see if I can't get my cards done a little bit earlier next year. And just have everything kind of ready to go. And I can't remember. These are either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I really like these snowflake stickers on the vellum. Those look really nice. Every time I've used them, they've looked incredibly pretty. We got the 3x3 cut aparts again. And this is kind of the same method where you cut the paper at the same time in the background and mix and match the tops and the bottoms. I had some larger scrap when I cut those, so I just use those here. Once again, chestnuts roasting on an open fire. This is that 6x6 I said I finished off so far. It's got metallics and holographics in it. It's just I think I've got like 5 of them. So, I mean, getting one used up is really not as big of a deal as it sounds like. But it's red, gold, green, silver, and holographic. And I used a bunch of it to do the backgrounds. And these are all, once again, the same, using that 4-page method. And this one I just kept super simple with the candy cane and the snowflakes. I don't know. I'm finding this is more my aesthetic. This is very, very simple, but it works so well. It's so cute. I don't know, especially if you can find good ephemera or cut aparts to use for those that really make it pop. You've got something in there that contrasts really nicely. These simpler cards, I've tried making more fancy, more involved cards, but I really just love the simple card. I love lots of layers, but I like them just to pop. I don't know. It's unlike so many other things where bold, gaudy, and ostentatious seems to be what I like. So this is another one from that one that I'd cut into 2x2 squares. And then we've got Season's Greetings. I will not be using this method again with prints. If I've got 2 solids or 2 things that read solid, I might do this again. It's, once again, you stack 3 pages together and you cut them into like triangles. And I just did not love the base when I got done with these. They look fine in the final cards, but they're just not my favorite. I like the squared off ones much, much more. So this group ended up getting a Season's Greetings. Only a couple more left to talk about, and then I will let you guys go and get on with your Saturday. I don't know why my accent's so thick. I guess I'm just tired. It is late. So this is from that sticker sheet from the beginning. I've got Naughty and Nice, 'Tis the Season to Celebrate. And, oh, this is another one of the tags. And see, this one has the silver. I just love how those look. They just look so good on the paper. It's not like in your face, blah, bling. But it just gives such a nice little shimmer to your card. And, you know, I've got all sorts of like shimmer pens. And, you know, that's why I want to take more time next year and really, you know, take my time in making the cards, because I've got so many more things I could be using and doing. I've got a whole bunch of distress inks and distress oxides that I could, you know, be buffing on the edges of things and blending things a little bit more. And I've got some like die cuts I could be putting together to make my own ephemera on some of these. And this is just using that candy cane stripe and the snowflakes again. The snowflake was part of a whole sheet design and I chopped it up. So that's why we have so many like this, where I just took the candy cane and used those cuts from cutting out that center to make some full cards. And I really like, once again, it's so simple with just the December 25th on there, but I think it's so cute. It turned out so nice. And this is where I actually had originally used these burlap ones. This is that chalk sticker sheet. This is from Hobby Lobby, where it's just, it looks like chalk art phrases. And I use scrap. Actually, these are the branding strips at the top. I use those to cover up the centers. I made good use of scrap. I do have a little scrap that's not for a plan, but I do have some that is for a plan. So if I need more cards, I do have about 50 A2 size cards I can put together. Then the scrap cards that I can put together is probably another 25 to 30 cards. I used a lot of solid 12 by 12 in this. I used that entire, there's nothing left of the paper pad, the original paper pad. I used one, maybe two 6x6 paper pads in making these. So I actually have quite a bit of scrap kind of in general for making these cards. So I'm going to get this first 114 addressed, dropped in the mail. Hopefully they'll do better than the Halloween cards did. And if I still need more cards or feel like I need to have more on deck so I can send cards out to people who send cards to me, because that's the nice thing to do. That's the mannerly thing to do. I was not good about that last year, but I would like to get, you know, some of the extras made so I have them on deck. But 114 gets me through at least 75% of my current mailing list. So it was a good place to film. It was a good place to check in with you guys and talk about it. So next thing up for me is going to be filling these out and stuffing them. I do have some tea bags for my crafty friends, and I might try to induct some of my friends and family into that tradition too. I know at least one of my sister-in-laws would really appreciate a nice tea bag in her Christmas card. So some people may be getting tea bags in their Christmas cards that aren't part of my subscriber list, but subscribers and YouTube friends and everybody else. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. I look forward to seeing you all real soon. Tuesday's video, we should have the unboxing for Yarnable. I believe mine is supposed to either be here the day you're seeing this, Saturday, or on Monday. So Tuesday we'll have the unboxing for Yarnable. Saturday we have 2026's Year of the Make-Alongs announcement, what all 12 make-alongs will be, plus the extra. And I'm not sure what we're going to do on Thursday yet. So there's a couple craft chat ideas I've got rolling around in my head. And I do also have a couple other things that I want to sit down and talk to you guys about. So we'll see how the week plays out. I love you, and I will see you real soon. Bye, guys.